So, what we're going to be doing for you today is we are going to be doing Sonic and Tails Good Ending. Once again, going to get those Chaos Emeralds. And without further ado, we are going to go for it. So, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're off. So, Sonic Mania, Sonic and Tails Good Ending. We're going to be grabbing ourselves our Chaos Emeralds. We're going to start in Green Hill Zone as we do. And our main form of movement in this game is going to be our Spin Dash with the new added ability called the Drop Dash. The Drop Dash is basically where we charge a Spin Dash in midair and release it the moment we hit the ground. Really cool addition to the game that turns out was originally meant to be in Sonic 3, but was originally cut. So, gonna go into our special stage number 1 here. Don't blink or you'll miss it. We're gonna go to the right. I'm gonna jump. Gonna go to the left. Gonna jump again. Gonna go to the right. And then gonna run. And then gonna do. You know, we're repeating the process all the way around onto the thing. And bam, we caught our emerald just like that. I will explain then when we get to some of the other special stages that are slightly longer. But we should have all the emeralds by about 10-12 minutes if things go well. So, back to Green Hill here. We are going to get all our Chaos Emeralds by Studiopolis there. And we're going to run away with our buddy. Now, the reason we bring our buddy Tails with us is because we need him for a number of skips. So, hopefully, he'll be a good boy. There's a double bounce of the Mobugs there. That's pretty swag. I like that. Running our way over, though, going all the way through. So, the way these stages work, Act 1 of all our nostalgic stages ends up having a little bit of, well, okay, no, it has elements of Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3 from the original game squished into one giant zone. And then Act 2 adds some new gimmicks to it. So we're going to have a lot of gimmicks in this one just to go through and explain when we go into it. But down to our first boss now. We already have 2 emeralds. Going to run down, grab ourselves our invincibility shield here. Invincibility shield is going to allow us to be invulnerable for a couple of seconds. Enough time for us to go and do this first boss. So we got 2 heads, 3 hits on each head. So 1, 2, 3. Repeat the process. Go 1, 2, and then 3 when the boss comes down again. Dunk on the schnoz, and away it goes. And we get our signpost dropping down. Not going to hit any of the hidden items, which is nice. We will see that happen in a few stages, though. And then we get our victory pose. So running our way through, our gimmick for Act 2 here are these lovely little zip lines. These zip lines will give you a little bit of speed if you go fast on them, or they'll go slow if you're going slow on them. We don't want to use them at all, though, because what we're going to do is we're going to grab some speed shoes. And then with our speed shoes, we're going to grab our first elemental shield of the run. The elemental shields from Sonic 3 and Knuckles make their reappearance. Here is the fire shield. The fire shield will deflect projectiles, give you the horizontal fire dash, and protect you from fire. Who knew the fire shield protects you from fire damage, right? Gonna run and jump and immediately hit the spikes there, but that's alright because we still have our speed shoes that gives us enough speed to get up and run. This means we can drop dash our way over and then hopefully land on that without hitting the spikes that I just did. Let's run and jump and up we go onto the spring in the ground there. Not as smooth as I wanted, but you know what? We're still getting our emeralds, so I'll take it. So the way these emerald stages work, you want to go left and right 90 degrees basically, constantly moving back and forward, bouncing off the sides of the walls if you can, making sure you dodge the mines. The reason we keep jumping is because if you're on the ground, you will slow down. You keep jumping to keep that speed, and every time you move from left to right, you are gaining even more speed each time you do it. That allows us to skip the rings, to skip the blue spheres, and grab those Chaos Emeralds in seconds. It's amazing. Think of it like bunny hopping from Quake or Unreal Tournament. So now on to our first Eggman boss here. It is, of course, the Death Egg Robo Mark 786, or I don't know how many bosses he's made at this point. But there's no hitbox in the legs there, so we can stand under it. We can then go hit his belly or his butt, and then we finish the stage there. The other thing, we have our buddy Tails. Tails is being controlled by ourselves as well, just on a slight delay with our input. So we'll start a spin dash, Tails will then start a spin dash. We'll do a jump, Tails will then do a jump. Ideally, Tails will follow you all the way through the stage, but sometimes you go just a little bit too fast for him and he has to respawn in. So we're going to top route in Chemical Plant here. The reason for that is because we're going to go grab a Chaos Emerald. Most of our Chaos Emeralds are on the speedrun route for some stages. A few of them like this are about 5 or 10 seconds off. That way, we don't lose too much time getting the emerald. So we're going to bounce off our pillar here. Going to hold left all the way down and then jump over the hole at the corner, grabbing emerald number 4. And there's 10 seconds between this emerald and the next one. So keep an eye on the stage counter there. But yeah, we want to make sure we get all the emeralds that are as close to us as we can while still being on the speedrun route. That allows us just to minimize the time loss from getting the emeralds and allows us to compete with the any % route. So So we're going to jump in, and there we go. There's another emerald here. Emerald number 5, same as emerald number 1. We start by going to the right, jump to the left, and then jump to the right. But because it's a longer start there, we can almost get it. But unfortunately, the anti-cheat device kicking in there. You saw the emerald speeding up. That's the anti-cheat device to prevent us from not getting it at Mach 1. Unfortunately for us, the anti-cheat device doesn't really work and still allows us to grab it anyway. But yeah, if you get too close to the emerald at Mach 1, the emerald will just shoot away from you. But we're all right. We caught it. And that's the last emerald we're going to get in Chemical Plant Act 1 here. We will get one more in the end of Act 2 because it's in our way anyway. But we won't be getting Super until Studio 1. There are 2 more big rings in this stage. But as I said, they're on a different pathway. Not really a good idea to try and go for them. Nice big jump there, though. We're going to do some loop jumps here. These loop jumps, if you do them correctly like I'm doing right now, give you a nice big burst of speed and run you off the camera, and away we go. And does their buddy Tails come down? No, Tails not quite spawning in time, so it's only going to be a single hit on the boss. But this is Damage Boost the Boss, the video game, the movie, because we're just going to damage boost into the boss and then get 2 hits and then repeat the process as long as they have rings. And the boss is gone. And thankfully, because the boss died at the very edge of the screen there, we're not going to get any of the secret items right now, which is always good. And away we go. So now on to Chemical Plant Act 2. Act 2 is our first vertically based stage and is also our first cycle-based stage. So this stage is very, very tall. We're going to be navigating our way up to the top of it. And we want to make a block cycle by about 1 minute 18 seconds. So there's going to be a lot of left and right movement, a lot of back and forth. But as long as we're moving up while we do it, it's fine. And to help us, we have the gimmick of this stage, which is Flubber. We have dark blue Flubber, which you just saw at the boss, will damage us. We've got light blue Flubber that will give us a small bounce. And we have the green stuff, which is why it gets its name, because it gives us a big old bounce. There's also the purple gloop that will carry us upwards because it's fairly sticky. So we're going to run our way through and take deliberate damage there. That's fine. Get onto the spike section here. Don't fall down into the blue. That's fine. Turn it into the green stuff. Up we go. Thank you, Flubber. Jump our way down. I'm going to take a deliberate damage boost off the spikes here to allow us to spin dash and run our way through. Though coming up is Sniper No Snipey. We'll see if our friend is going to no snipe us. Sniper No Snipey. Good job. Enemy on the ceiling there, ready to snipe you down if you're not quick enough. But we get right through there, holding our jump button, landing us at our bounce. Will we get the drop dash out and over and in? We did indeed. We did get spiked there, but that's all right. Allows us to hit the plunger, and away we go. Will we make the 118? We got 10 seconds to get around this next section and up to our block. It's going to be very tight if we do or not. Let's find out. Running our way through. Going to hit the thing at 116. It's going to be, ooh, I don't think we're going to make it. Nah, we're not quite making it, unfortunately. A little bit too slow, so we did not make the block cycle there. If you try and get there at 119, you will get squished. 118 is the magic number. But that's all right. It means a 130 bonus stage here instead of a 124. Hardest bonus stage in the game for me here. We want to hit that and bounce our way into the air, dodge all the mines if we can, jump over. Oh, getting a quick emerald. Nice. So we have those little wedges that will bounce you high up into the air. Depending on the bounce that you get on them, you might land straight into the spikes. And if you land into the spikes, the momentum is going to carry you from spike set 1, in a spike set 2, in a spike set 3. And unfortunately, it'll just kick you out the stage. But now coming up is the boss of the stage. Welcome to Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Salt and Deuce and Puyo Machine. If you are a puzzle gamer, I am sorry. We'll see if we get a good Puyo, but I make no promises. 5-color Mean Bean, here we come. Can we get a good pattern here? I'm going to try and aim for the Hailfire. We will see what happens if we get it. Right now, the game is giving me a nice combo, so I'm very thankful for that. Whether it continues or not is another matter entirely. So that's a double red again. Do you know what? I am going to do that, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to line that up on there, that up on there. I'm then going to take... Oh, I can't use you. That's fine. What are you going to do, game? You're going to drop that down. That's all right. Can I get... Ooh, yep, there's the red with a blue, which is nice. And then I need the green to drop with a yellow. So I just need one more red now. That's it. If I can get another red, I will be happy. There's my red there. I need to drop it before that comes through. That's fine. Because the reds, into the purples, into the greens, into the blues. And the boss is going to go... 1, 2... I don't like you, game. Are you kidding me? You really didn't drop anything there? But there we go. He had nothing in the third column there. Absolutely nada. Oh, game. Why'd you put nothing there? That would have killed him if he'd actually stacked like 1 or 2 blocks there. But he did nothing. Nada. But that's alright. Coming into our first unique stage now. Welcome to Studiopolis Zone. The zone that was originally created and prototyped and then pitched to Sega to create Sonic Mania. So, running around the cityscape right now. Going to grab our final Chaos Emerald in this stage here. Going to make sure we get over, hopefully not getting bodied by any of the bumpers here. Bumpers been nice to us for once, which is always good. I'm going to get our second Elemental Shield in this stage as well. We're going to grab the speed shoes and the rings. We actually just want the rings there because, unfortunately, we're going to lose the speed shoes. Because there's our big stage right there. And when we go in the big stage, we're going to lose any of our power-ups that we have. So goodbye, speed shoes. We hardly knew you. Final stage here. Going to start going to the left, jump to the right, keep the momentum from the donk there. Hold it through, going all the way in. You can see the hose. Don't go in the hose and you're fine. There's our emerald coming over and we meet the emerald right at the beginning there. And that is all 7 Chaos Emeralds now obtained. And we can now turn into Super Sonic. So, 50 rings. Big rings will now turn into 50 rings for us, allowing us to immediately transform. And we are going to be using that throughout the rest of the run here. Going to go down. We're at 46 rings already. That's fine. We're at 51. Going to transform. That's going to allow us to become Super Sonic. And we are going to go and find the second Elemental Shield, the Lightning Shield. So the passive ability of the Lightning Shield is it will now magnetize rings to us. And just like the Fire Shield, it will deflect projectiles. The active ability is a double jump. However, as Super Sonic, we do not get that ability, unfortunately. So we just gotta... Well, Super Sonic's OP enough already, so it's fine. So welcome to the boss. This is Heavy Gunner. That is a 1 missile. Gonna fire 3 missiles each time. Top, middle, bottom, aka 1, 2, and 3. We want as many ones as we can get. Once we get the one, we switch over. We're gonna get our buddy Tails to fly here for us and hopefully take us up to the top route or keep us in the middle. Up to the top we go. Let's see if we can stay up there. So we're going to see what other missile patterns we get. And we want as many ones as possible. That's a 2. I'll take that. And I'm going to take a drink. So once we've hit the missile immediately, we start flying. And because of the way that works, we just passed the transition point. So we have to wait for an entire loop there before the game will transition us over to our next hit. But that's all right. And there's the 3. Of course there's a 3. We went 1, 2, 3 because there's always a 3. Thankfully, we're not getting all the 3s, but not getting a 3 there is great. It does waste a little bit of time. We are, however, going to hit the transition point. Tails carried us up for the final hit, buddy. 1 more missile to go. What will it be? Will it be a 1, 2, or a 3? This is what I get for bad-mouthing the game. So we got a 1, 2, and a 3, 3. That's unfortunately pretty bad luck there. And then fires the 1 just for good measure at the end. I see how it is. Thankfully, though, we will get to carry our Lightning Shield into Act 2 here. That is also the reason why we grabbed it. So, deliberately slowing down before the end of the level signpost keeps it on the ground. Otherwise, it'll fly up into the air, similar to the 8-bit games, and waste a little bit of time. So, into our stage. Can we get a big old jump up here? Big old jump on the corner. Not the greatest jump, but it's all right. It still gives us all our rings. Run our way through. Big old jump up here. Going in. Boing, boing. Run through and in. And then roll all the way under the Orbinaut. Very nice. Onto our red springs. Round and up. Already at 42. We're going to be transforming into Super very, very quickly. Inside the studio here. Yes, we can say Retrothon is filmed in front of a live studio audience. So we're going to go through. Going in and down. Going to speed our way around this section. It's going to flip us around. Try and keep us on the track here, but we're all right. We're doing well. Make sure we don't hit that spring up there because that will send us backwards and we don't need that. But what we do need is we need this big spring up here, and it actually did good. So into the funnel. Gonna make sure, there we go, down into the funnel there. Somehow managed to clip the ledge of it and get a jump. I'm gonna skip part of the stage by just simply jumping up. Because of the Super Sonic's increased jump height, we're able to skip parts of the level now just by avoiding the path swapper and running our way through. Coming up to the end of the stage now, we are going to use our buddy Tails to our advantage here. Tails has a very interesting property in that if he grabs a hold of Super Sonic, he also becomes invincible. So we're going to use that. We're going to get our buddy Tails here. He was in the ground. Going to fly up. Tails is now invincible, which means we can now just hang inside the hitbox here. There's a good chicken on the screen. Hello, good chicken. And goodbye, boss. So 632 degrees outside today, apparently, for Eggman. That's not really good for us. But that's not really going to matter, because we're going to go for a ride in the sky. We're going to head to Flying Battery. Now, unfortunately, we will lose power-ups between levels. We do not get to keep them there, but that's all right because we know where ours are on this one. So we're just going to run our way through it. Did a spin dash there. Probably shouldn't have done that. We'll see if that results in a burnt butt in a second. Spin dashing down. Didn't get a burnt butt. Very nice for us. Now, I want to make sure I don't fall out the bottom of the ship here. I'm going to drop dash before the fire shield takes effect. Allows me to get the fire shield with the fire shield active. I'm going to run, jump, and then fire dash 1. Fire dash 2, that's fine. We didn't fall down the bottom. Landed in the cylinder, because right down below us right now is a kill plane, and we'd have to get sent back to the start of the level. Now, we're going to get a lightning shield, and there's a bonus effect on the lightning shield in this one. We're going to run, we're going to jump, we're going to transform, grab our lightning shield, and the lightning shield is going to magnetize us to the ceilings. So in this particular stage, if you are at an area with those magnetized ceilings with a lightning shield, it will pull you towards it, because that's how magnets work. Going to try and make our cycle here. We're already at 43, so this is going to be very, very tight. It's going to pop up. I just made that for the 49, which is nice. Not getting squished, making that at the earliest possible time. Very happy about that for us right now. Going through, going to make sure our buddy Tails here does not eat any of our missiles. He's already had enough iron. He doesn't need any. And if he's a good boy, we'll give him a treat later on. So jumping over, next set of missiles coming up here. Gotta wait for them to come down. Tails spinning. He should just fly into play though. Will he make it to the boss in time? We'll find out. So he's here, but is he going to land in time? Yeah, we can force him to land. That's good. Same as the first boss there. We're just going to go and fly with Tails into the hitbox. Don't have to worry about it now. Just get the boss before he even gets the first attack off. Nice. So now we're going to head into Act 2. I am going to skip the cutscene here because it is faster. We will lose the lightning shield, but there are other lightning shields that we can grab. And the gimmick for the next stage here is junk. We are literally standing in it. It is this lovely junk pile that you saw in the boss arena there. There are many of them throughout this part of the flying battery, and we're going to be using them to go the bottom route, because unlike other Sonic games where top route is generally considered the best route, Sonic Mania likes to mix it up a little bit. But what we're going to do is we're going to about turn, grab ourselves the big ring, and run our way through. So now that we're supersonic, we're going to use this to grab a lightning shield, and then we're going to carry it to the last checkpoint in the level. Because what we're going to do is we're going to use the checkpoint to go into the bonus stage and despawn from supersonic, as we're going to attempt a boss skip. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to mess around with the game and how it works here. We're going to use our buddy Tails to try and hit the capsule. The way the boss arena works in this level is that it is a vertically never-ending scrolling section, but it's at the bottom of the level rather than the top. What we're going to do is we're going to trick the game into thinking that we ended up on the very top of the boss arena, and then use our buddy Tails to hit the capsule, ending the level without fighting the boss. The problem is we only get one attempt at it, because what we have to do is we have to do a blind lightning jump and then see if our buddy is going to follow us. Best case scenario, we get the skip. Worst case scenario, we get stuck in the area with Tails with us and we are effectively soft locked. Middling case scenario is we die and we get sent back to that checkpoint. So we'll see what happens here. See if we can line it up. Let's see if our buddy Tails is going to be good. We're babysitting him right now, killing the enemy. Let's see if we can get the jump. We're going to full jump. We're going to run. We're going to wait. We're going to bounce. Get the jump. Do the double jump. And where does Tails go? Down into the arena. Hits the capsule. And the boss is skipped. 126. Very, very happy about that. Yes! So we're on the top of the boss arena. Tails helps us out. And in a press garden we go. Love that skip. So now we're in press garden here. We're going to try and make Zero Cycle. I really don't think I can make Zero Cycle right now anyway. Definitely not making Zero Cycle now. So I'm not going to bother mentioning any of that now. We got a block cycle. Block cycles are annoying. 26 seconds is our first block cycle, known as the Zero Cycle, but we can't. It's super tight to make that. You make a single mistake and that's it. It is gone. So we've already lost it. We would have got it there with that jump too, which is a shame. But this is very similar to Chemical Plant. It's another vertically based level here. You can see a checkpoint, apparently. This one I'm not supposed to go in, but we want a bit more pinball, apparently. That's fine. Don't know what that's going to do in my cycles, though. 69 rings, though. Nice. Let's see if we can still make that. We can still make that. That's all right. So we still made our cycle, which is nice. And we get to go through. So that was a little bit of an unintentional bonus stage. But yeah, another vertically based level here. We're just going to run our way through. He's got a TV studio. He's got a printing press. Soon you're going to be telling me Eggman has a podcast. Running our way through now. Not really much else that we can say on this one. We're just using the gimmicks in the stage here of bouncing off all the conveyor belts. Going to do a pretty much a almost vertical drop dash here. Up onto this section there. Getting a nice one, actually. Getting up to the top. grabbing a fire shield because we're going to need its bonus feature later for Act 2. And if you've got any waving emotes, now would be a great time to post them because we're coming up to the boss and we need to wave to the boss because Shiversaw, a good old boss here, just guarding the facility. But unfortunately, we do have to get in its way. So here comes Shiversaw. Wave to Shiversaw. Hi. How you doing? But we have to say bye to Shiversaw as well because we're going to go in, hit the boss here 6 times. 5, 6. Wait for the boss. Bye, boss. Nice knowing you. I'm going to go at the end here. Keep an eye on Sonic as we transition into Act 2 here. He's got a bit of swag for you. Yeah. Moonwalking Sonic. So the gimmick for Act 2 here is ice. But because we have a fire shield, we can't be frozen. Because who gets it? Fire beats ice. Now all we're going to do is we're going to grab 50 rings as quickly as we can, navigating away through the stage here, making sure we don't get hit by any of the enemies, keeping the fire shield for as long as we can. And then if we get to the end section of it here, we're only at 33, but that's all right because we have this. This allows me to grab some more. Yes, I just lost my fire shield to ice spikes. It's amazing how that works at times, but we don't need them anyway because now we have 53 rings and we can run our way through. So spin dash into the block, activate the spring, and then we're going to get frozen. Sonic, you all right there, buddy? Keep a look at Sonic's eyes right now. Nah, he's not good. So we're going to use the ice to break the other ice, and this is going to allow us to get up to the top into the boss arena without us having to worry about navigating the level there. We did grab Speed Shoes. Unfortunately, Speed Shoes slow you down as Supersonic, because Supersonic is naturally faster than Speed Shoes. So this is Heavy Shinobi. We're going to play who has the bigger hitbox. The answer is Heavy Shinobi, because I can just stand there and take the hits, and the hits are gone. And that's the stage finished in less than a minute with 69 rings again. Single jump onto the capsule and done. No. So now we're going with the power of the Phantom Ruby back to Little Planet in the Stardust Speedway into the past again. So giant labyrinth stage here, but we know the route that we want to go. I don't want to hit that booster, thank you very much, video game. I do want to hit the spring though and jump up to the top here, so that's always good. Hey, game didn't throw me with the booster this time. That's always nice. Sometimes that booster can send you left instead of right. You get stuck there for a good couple of seconds. But we're all right, navigating our way through. Coming into the most deadly room in the run here. This is the spike platform room. Because you got these platforms with spikes on them, and you got these armadillos being mean. They'll push you into the spikes if you're not careful, and the platforms will just sometimes not be where you want them. But we're all right. We're going to line ourselves up. We're going to run our way through. We're going to jump and grab some rings. We're at 49 already. 57, so we can transform. And we'll see if we get Arg's favorite jump in this level right now. So we're going to go in. Just have to wait for my platform to come back. Launch myself up. Will we get the jump here? Let's find out. Big old jump. Yes, we did. Love that. So smooth. Straight over all the obstacles, heading to the end of the level now. Probably going to be about a 1 minute checkpoint here. Jumping up, 58 seconds. Yeah. And our boss is just a giant lightning bug. So we get 2 hits. We take out the 3 little ones that appear and then get our final 4 hits. Supersonic does make some of these bosses a little bit trivial, but it makes the stages so much faster. So coming up to the stage that plays itself, Metallic Madness Act 2 here. Going to do some Sonic CD shenanigans, get sent into the future, or in this case, the present, because we are in the past. And I'm going to go to the top row here. A little bit of a mixed thing here. As I say, this is the stage that will play itself after a certain point in time. So we're just going to grab our rings, make sure we don't get set backwards there, which we didn't. Thank you very much, game. Going to grab a rocket. Takes us up to some more rings here. Grab a bunch of them there. 27 is fine. Runs our way through and down, and in we go. So after the second loop, we do a jump. That'll jump us over the armadillo that's going to be blocking our way there. And then down into the section that plays itself. Look, man, no hands. But I do need to put my hands back on the controller because there's a hole coming up that I need to jump over. Right there. So now we jumped over the hole. Tails is actually with us this time and then died because we went too fast and had to activate the kill plane. And into our boss fight. So, this boss fight is split into 3 phases. We have Metal Sonic Chase phase, we have the Silver Sonic phase, and we have Metal Sonic Kai. We're unfortunately going to skip phase 2. So we're going to run our way up here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves stuck into a wall, and we're going to do the only instance of zipping in this game. Or not even zipping, of clipping, basically. The way this game works is that if you are stuck in an area that you're not supposed to be in, like a wall, the only thing the game will let you do is go up. So single tap spin dash, hold right, release right as you touch the wall there, gets you stuck in here. This allows me to now just jump up the wall because the only way I can go is up. And then that skips the entire Silver Sonic section and takes us right to Metal Sonic Kai. We get to do it 2 times in the run, once here and once in Lava Reef. But as we said, unlike the traditional Sonic games, the class Sonic games, there is no zipping, there's no level wrapping, at least in Mania mode. In Encore mode, we found a way to do a little bit of wrapping, but in this one, bog standard gameplay, going through the levels as quickly as we can. And Tails, unfortunately, missing the Phantom Ruby there. Well, we're now around the halfway point of the run. We're now coming into Hydro City. Good old war stage here. This is the hardest stage in the game because there are no checkpoints that we're allowed to hit except for the one at the boss arena. The problem with that is that there's a set of crushers coming up about the 1 minute mark that if I make it raw or if I make the cycle incorrectly, we're going to get crushed by them. But this stage is a mix of the top route, the middle route, and the bottom route all at once. So we're going to jump down to the bottom route here. We're going to spin dash our way through. That's going to allow us to then go down here. Take us back up to the middle route. That allows us to go into the top route. That then allows me to go back to the middle route and then down into the bottom route because the game is weird like this. So we're going to run, we're going to go around the loop, we're going to hold left, we're going to jump, and that's going to let me pace through the ground there. We're going to go down and grab our final elemental shield of the run. It is, of course, the bubble shield. And then when we transform into Supersonic, we can now breathe underwater thanks to the passive ability of the bubble shield. It does mean that we cannot do the bubble bounce, unfortunately, but we'll still deflect projectiles as well. So 56 seconds here means we're going to make the 1 minute exactly, which is nice. These is the block cycles, or these are the blocks in the block cycle that will crush you if you're unlucky, but we're all right. And allows us to run through the stage. So coming up to the checkpoint very, very soon here. Just going to face through the ground again casually because that's what you do. Apparently managing to get a jump while facing through the ground there. That's impressive. And then hit our checkpoint. And then we see Eggman in his scuba gear swimming around and going to blow something up. And Tails getting some water. Actually, Tails, don't mind if I do. Alright, so we're going to wait for this to come down ever so slightly. Gives us some footholds to stand on. Supersonic's increased jump height and the water physics allow us to get up here ridiculously quickly to the point where the passageway to go through still ain't open. We're going to head into the boss fight now. You just saw the boss in the Sonic 3 AIR race there. But now it is reversed. We are the ones in the Eggmobile. So if you are an evil genius and have an Eggmobile, do yourself a favor and do not leave your Eggmobiles unattended. Or random hedgehogs, foxes, echidnas, flying squirrels, and armadillos may come and commandeer them. But yeah, we got to get 4 hits here. You can see the bubble shield makes a very nice canopy there. The boss dropping the mines, but it doesn't matter because we don't need to worry about them at all. Another hit there, and the boss is gone. We're just going to run away with the Eggmobile now. Thanks, Eggman. Bye. The end of the stage, and we have our bubble shield, which is really important for the next part because we're going to try and skip a cycle doing the triple bubble bounce. So we're going to use the bubble shield here to try and skip a cycle of moving platforms right at the very beginning here. We'll see if we get it. We're going to run, we're going to go through, we're going to go, we're going to jump 1, twice, 3. I'm going to give you a fourth. It's a quad bubble bounce, and we still make the jump to skip the cycle. So we got an extra bounce in there, which is always nice. Run our way through, run our way down. And there are exactly 53 rings between now and the first checkpoint. So we're going to use them to grab as much of them as we can. I'm going to just bounce off the enemy here. Boing, boing. And then up we go. Lands over. Lands onto the section there. Allows us to run through. Unfortunately, we don't get to use the drop dash. We lost our bubble shield, so now we can drop dash. That's all right. There is a second bubble shield in the level here, and we will be grabbing it. So grab our rings. We're at 33. Grab up there to 43. Then in at 47. And then after the checkpoint here, 53. And then immediately in a supersonic. So the stage wants us to do this whole infinity pathway where we go from the top left down to the bottom right and then up to the top right down to the bottom left. We're just going to skip that. We just skip that by jumping backwards and using the path swapper to our advantage. We're going to do the same thing again, but the second time we're going to use the fact that the ground ain't real. So we're going to go around this section, land down, grab our bubble shield up the top here. Wow. There it's there. And then we're going to spin dash our way through. And as we land at the bottom of this section, slow down, onto the hill, big jump, straight through the ground there, skipping that infinity loop as well. No infinity loops for us in this level, thank you. Now down into the boss fight. So this boss fight going to teach us what we need to do. Eggman is on the left-hand side of the screen there. And we got bombs and platforms and spikes incoming. So here come the mines. And we want to use the mines to hit the boss. However, because we are supersonic, we can also use ourselves as an extra way of getting hits on the boss here. So we can just use ourselves as a bomb and not use the bombs at all by landing on these spike walls. Tails, unfortunately, not able to do that, so he feels a little bit of a spiky bum there. But we will use them in phase 2 here. Buddy got to fly up, grabs our superpower from us, allows him to stay inside the hitbox, and we get no spin cycle for us as we move our way through to the next stage. Now, only cutscene that we can skip here. I don't know why it doesn't allow us to skip it, but we can't skip this one. And then we're heading into the auto-scroller stage of the game, because it's not a Sonic game without a auto-scroller in it at some point. There's Knuckles. Oh no. There goes Knuckles. Bye, Knuckles. Knuckles gets to go do his own exclusive Mirage Saloon one there. Heavy Magician sending the boss down for Knuckles as well. Meanwhile, we're just going to ride the plane here. Tails with his goggles and his little flight cap on. And we standing on the wings as we always do. Main thing about this stage is we just need to get 50 rings. That's it. Once we get 50 rings, we can do a little glitch at the end of the run. And once we pass these 6 rings here, there are no longer 50 rings in the stage. So if I take any damage from this point on, I will not be able to do the trick. Other than that, there's not a whole lot to say about it. So I hope you're all enjoying the run. And we just got to wait it out. Dodge all the enemies and do all the funky stuff. Instead, you can enjoy some of the bop that is T-Lopes' music. Actually, that's what I can tell you. The reason you're not hearing the Supersonic theme is because before the run here, I entered the Disable Supersonic music code. If you go into the level select menu in this game, go to the sound test and type in 6214. You can turn off the Supersonic music and you get to enjoy all the soundtrack in its absolute glory. We will be hearing the Supersonic music once though, as there's a little bit of a mix-up in one of the stages coming up soon. But yeah, so we're coming up to our final section here. This is where we're going to trick the game into thinking that we're on the foreground and the background at the same time. That's going to allow us to interact with both objects. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump, we're going to transform into Supersonic. The game is now confused. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the checkpoint in the background there, and I'm going to get crushed by those spikes. Now, because I hit the checkpoint, that means that we can now respawn at that checkpoint, skipping the entire train section and heading right into the boss. You're not supposed to be able to interact with the background there, but for some reason, transforming super while moving backwards has that effect. So, Heavy Magician, how you doing? Back again. Gonna summon a giant cat killer for us, and the giant cat killer can do 3 things. It can jump out the ground once, it can jump out the ground 3 times, which it didn't do there, or it can go to the left and right. So it jumped out the ground once. Last time I did this run, it did this 6 times. Please don't do this 6 times. Oh no, it's doing it again. Okay, that's 4. Really, boss? Hey, there we go. 4 single hits and then a triple, but we don't need the triple because we only need 2. Ay, 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 ay. Not getting the good luck on these bosses today, am I? Well, do you know what? That's fine then. If I'm not getting good luck on bosses, I'm just going to skip them. So we're coming up to our next stage here, Mirage Saloon Act 2. We, unfortunately, crash land after being shot down in the tornado. But that's all right, because we'll make our buddy Tails happy. We're going to get him some ice cream. Gonna run through the stage here. Not a lot to mention other than we're running, jumping, navigating our way to grab 50 rings as quickly as we can. But you know that by now. We're gonna dodge most of the annoyances like the flippers and the stools there that like to get in our way. Gonna hit the wall because we always want to stay hydrated. Launch ourselves in the gun here, taking our way all the way over to the top right. Run our way through, dodging all the enemies getting in our way. And we'll see if we get stuck on them this time. Nope, we got over, which is nice. And then allows us to go down. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our buddy Tails and we're going to send him down into the boss arena. But before we do that, we're going to give him some ice cream. Come and get some ice cream, buddy. Here's an ice cream sundae for you. Nom, 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 nom. You get some ice cream. We go down, we lighten him up. We do a single dash, sin dash. We jump at the ice cream and Tails hits the capsule. And because Tails hit the capsule, the game thinks the stage is completed. We don't need to go do no boss. Goodbye, boss. Bye, Heavy Magician. We don't have to fight you in a way to Oil Ocean. We go. So right in the Oil Ocean now. See if we can make our way through this one without causing too much of a boo-boo. Tails grabbing those extra rings first, which was nice. Going to go through, getting the fire shield, and then setting the oil on fire. Nice little cosmetic touch there. Will also damage Tails, though, unfortunately. Grabbing ourselves the big ring for Supersonic allows us to jump back all the way up to the top right here. We're having our cake and eating it, too, in the next couple of stages, because Supersonic's increased jump height and speed allow us to get to areas that we would otherwise have to make a choice about. So running our way through, running our way down, going all the way up to the end here, and I just wanna eat chili dog. Can't say the rest on a PG stream. But if you get that reference, I'll love you forever. But you're running our way to the boss now. If you have any You Tried stickers or emotes, put them in the chat now, because this is Bob the Builder. He can fix it, but Sonic doesn't let him because, yeah, doesn't even get an attack off and he's already gone. And away we go. So going through, going in, lining ourselves up. You can see the gimmick of Act 2 on screen here right now. It is the smog. The smog will drain our rings 1 ring per second if we activate it. So what we're going to do is we're just not going to activate it. We're going to leave the smog on screen. And because we left the smog on screen, that means it'll never activate the ring countdown for us. And we can just go through the stage without worrying about it. So we're going to just head against the wall there. It's going to give us a nice boost of speed. Allows us to run our way up and through. Fire dashing our way over. We're going to grab 50 rings as quickly as we can. And then what we're going to do is we are going to use what I like to call the magic box. And we are going to break this game entirely. Now, remember when I said we were going to skip bosses? Yeah, I meant plural. We're going to skip this boss as well. What we're going to do is we're going to use our buddy Tails here. We're going to get Tails into the background with the background layer. I'm going to have the foreground layer. I'm going to get caught by Tails because this is our magic box. There's a foreground layer and a background layer swapper in here. I'm going to spin dash through the foreground layer. Because it's off screen, Tails doesn't get it. So Tails is in the background. Now that we're in the background, Tails transfers his background layer to me, means I cannot interact with the foreground layer at all anymore, and I'm falling through the level. The oil will then carry me to the end of the stage here. If I jump up, I need Tails to fly with me. We need to come over here. Hopefully, I didn't hit another layer swap. We'll find out in a second when Tails comes up. We fly through. Did I hit the layer swap? I did not. That means these blocks are not solid. That then allows me to fly over the top of the boss arena, missing the camera lock, and then landing on the capsule right there. And that's it. We just skipped 2 bosses in a row. So again, the way the game works, typical Sonic game, if an object is not on screen, it does not exist. So Tails did not get the foreground layer property. Allows us to transfer the background layer property to ourselves from him. And then we get to go and skip the boss and come into Lava Reef, my favorite stage in the game. Both here and in Sonic 3 and Knuckles as well. Getting up the stairs here with the woofs coming out, hopefully not getting hit by the fire. And then the only time we're going to go off the beaten track to grab some rings, because there is a significant amount of rings up here. There are enough rings right here for us to turn into super immediately. And we'll be super from now to the end of the stage. And again, Lava Reef is really cool because it's a mismatch of like 3 different zones right now, which I love. We got some Endless Mine, we got some Lava Reef, and we got some Quartz Quadrant from Sonic CD in here as well. One of the things I love about Sonic Mania is the fact that there are so many references to the entire franchise that you really don't see them all in your first playthrough. So drop dash our way up the hill, jump off it to get the angle we need to get up here, dodging the spiky boy as he comes rolling at us. And away we go, up we go, up we go with the big extended jump height from Supersonic there. Tails trying to keep up but not able to. Running under, not getting hit by a sub-pixel here, I hope. Nope, we're all good. No sub-pixels. And sub-pixels still exist in this game as well. Tails going to the moon there. And will we get our big stair jump here? Let's find out. Going to get the drop dash down. Big stair jump. Oh, we just hit the corner there. Unfortunately, not getting the full length. And then up and run. So we're going to run, big jump over, down to this section, and run our way around. Nothing too technical in terms of tricks or platforming in this one. It is just a case of follow the path you are given. Little bit of a, it's not really a maze because they don't give you any alternative routes to go. But we're going to be at our boss in the next couple of seconds here. Now the boss has super armor. Boss is going to drop down. Can't hit the boss. It's got super armor. We need the boss to hit itself with lava twice to lose super armor in the middle. 3 times to lose the super armor on the left and right hand sides. But we don't need it 3 times, we only need it twice. So we're going to just stand here and then hopefully when the super armor comes down, we'll get our 8 hits that we need. So 2, We might go a Phantom hit there. We'll see what happens. 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Boss is gone. Nicely done for us. So because this is a marathon, we're going to show off a really cool thing coming out now. A really cool cosmetic glitch that we have. We're going to let this cutscene play halfway, and it's going to dim the lights. And then I'm going to skip it, and that's going to keep the lights off for this next stage. Old Clove originally showed me this, so the lights go off when it's dark. We're then going to skip the button on the transition there, and that allows us to keep the lights off in Lava Reef here. And you get to see the absolutely majestic crystal effect here, with the crystals lighting your way through the map. Makes it harder to go through, because obviously if you don't know the route, then it's like, whoa, I can't see where I'm going. But if you just look at it and how amazing the colors look when they change from the green to the blue to the purple into the red, it's very, very nice. And unfortunately, I accidentally transformed there, so we're not getting our second instance of clipping there. I ended up thinking I was doing a no major glitches route. Well, hey. So what I was supposed to do there is I was supposed to actually transform after we got inside one of the blocks. But that's all right. It means you can see Dark Lava Reef for a little bit longer with the bottom route as well. So we need that platform there that's moving. You can see it just moving ever so slightly back and forward. With the lights off, it looks like they're ice cap blocks, actually. They look like they're straight from ice cap here, which is quite cool. I'm going to fly out with our buddy Tails here. Nope, he gets through. I don't. That's fine. As long as he doesn't get squished. Don't you be holding me now, buddy. I don't need it. That's fine. So this is where the blocks would take us to. Would take us to this area, but we're all right. We're just going to grab the rings here. We don't really need too many. Run our way through to the bottom route as we go. Big old lunge there, down to the bottom. Lava going to light some of the level up for us here. And then down and in. Lights will come back on when we transition over to the boss arena in about 15 seconds here. Going to run our way through all the way up. Big jumps up these steps that you can see, but you can see thanks to the crystals here. Crystal steps. All the way through. Unfortunately, a 140 transition there. Normally get about a 115, 120, but kind of forgot that I was supposed to be doing a glitch there. Oops. Oopsies. All right, on to our boss fight here. Here is Heavy Rider and Jimmy. She's going to be swinging around her mace. We're going to get 8 hits on the boss. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm hitting Jimmy. That's bad. 1, 2, 3. You're going to stop. Yeah! Jimmy, you going to fly? Nope, Jimmy's just waiting for us. Bye, Jimmy. I'm going to see if I can do another cool glitch here, actually. Keep an eye on Sonic and Tails here, right, when we land. And then if I do it right... Bye! Tails is gone and Sonic's moving ever so slowly upward. For some reason, the game activates low gravity there. Tails is away at the moon. Got to Metal Man this long before we did. And I have one question for you folks. Is this anime? So the main thing you need to worry about on this stage is if you get sent down to the bottom route, restart the stage, because it's not a good stage when you get sent down to the bottom route here. You got to do the Sonic CD foreground, background layer swapping shenanigans. And it's very, very slow. So staying on the middle route here gives you enough rings to transform into a super, and you don't have to worry about any of those shenanigans coming in, any of those gimmicks. So running our way through down to the bottom here. I'm not going to make that piston cycle, so I'm not even going to try it, because that would be a little bit bad if I try and go in there and then get squished. I'm going to run and jump and in. Going to get over here. We should get our rings at this point coming up very, very soon. Big old jump and in. 52 allows us to transform. This is anime. This is anime. This is anime. It is. It's anime. Everybody says it's not, but I think it is. But there we go. Into the background here. This is what I mean by the foreground layer, background layer shenanigans. You got to go all the way through. We only need to do it this once because we're going to the end of the stage, to our boss. And a big shout out to Sonic1. Sonic1. Putting out the Sean Connery action there with Sean Connery coming through. Sonic Mania here, showing you what Sonic 1 could have looked like in the future. But yeah, going through, the boss is in the capsules here, or the pistons. You got to pick the one that he's in. 4 hits, and then he'll go into desperation phase where he'll be in the 4th capsule every time. So 1 more hit on this, and then desperation phase is going to go. There we go. So the boss is exploding into desperation phase. 4th piston every time. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then do that 2 more times. So where's the boss going to appear? You'll never know. In the middle there. 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Nicely done. So now into Metallic Madness Act 2, where once again, straight from Sonic CD, we're going to get their Shrink Rays. And we're going to have to navigate our way through the stages by becoming Chibi Sonic and Chibi Tails. And we're going to get to hear some Supersonic music, because when you are Chibi form, for some reason, the Supersonic music will activate. The Supersonic disable code does not work for Chibi Sonic. Chibi Sonic is too powerful. Chibi Supersonic is too strong. Although, with me landing on those spikes there, I don't think you're going to see Chibi Supersonic now. That ain't good. I wonder how many rings I'll be able to get. I didn't really want to land on that. That was a bit of a little bit of an accident. Nah, we'll still be fine. So we're going to grab them. 30, 39, 40. Should get a bunch there, and then just do that. Yeah, we're all right. Chibi Supersonic! Yeah! So I don't think I'm going to make the cycles that I want, because taking that extra damage there pisses off a little bit. But we've got the cutest little Supersonic right now running away through the level. Going to wait for that. Yeah, we would have got squished if I tried to go for it. So, good idea on waiting there. It does unfortunately mean that I don't think we're going to make the 58 cycle for the final flipping platform here. But we'll see what happens. Going to run our way through here. Getting caught on that hill as well. Yeah, not even close to the 58. Unfortunately, with it being such a cycle-based stage here, you miss one cycle, it throws the rest of it off. But that's all right. Once again, game, turn us tiny. And away we go. Hey, we got the 106 one though. So we weren't waiting too long there. Chibi boss fight. So we gotta go and activate the gumball machine here and see if we get any cool bosses from it. We got ourselves a Sonic 1 boss. We're gonna go all the way through. 1 and 2. Hit the boss coming out there. Another one there. Tails getting ahead for us. Got another Sonic 2 boss. Got another Sonic 1 boss. Gotta get an Amy doll coming out very, very soon. There we go. That's another Sonic 2 boss. They really like the Eggman bosses this time. There's an Amy doll. There's another Amy doll. That's down in the hitbox. Tails gonna fly out. We're gonna see if we get ourselves a surprise Eggman. Oh, boss went to the other side this time. Tails still going to send out Eggman, though. Coming to visit us. Goodbye, buddy. So we're going to be ready now to our final level of the run here for the standard run. Coming into Titanic Monarch. My personal favorite new level of the run. It's a very big zone. It's a very long zone. And it's a pretty hard zone as well. A lot of people timed over when they first played this. So we're going to get our drop dashes to run our way through. You're going to grab ourselves 50 rings as quickly as we can. But this time we're going to hold on to Supersonic, because we're going to use him as a backup transformation if we need it. Wait for our buddy Tails here. We'll see if our buddy's going to give us one last helping hand here. Now, if you're being a little bit of a troll, that's fine. You know what? You were good the entire run. You can have one troll. Normally, Tails will catch you and you can fly there, but today he decided to just whizzly jump in and he fell off the edge himself. Rather than wait for him to try and get back up and line him up again, we're just going to run through. Because all it does is it takes you up here. So wait for the bounces to come over. Don't land on the spike 1. Don't land on the spike 2. Sonic is out. Crash test dummy. He's not very happy about it. And we get to run our way in. All the way over. All the way down. And we get to have some happy fun times. So down we go. Up to the other section. This is where I'm keeping a hold of Supersonic. For the gravity orb room here, we want to launch ourselves up. And if I get flown the wrong way, I can use the Supersonic transformation to prevent me from falling down. But there we go, we have it. We'll see if we get some wonky camera now. As we're going to go up there, you see wonky camera just a little bit. The question is it going to activate big time here for us? Going to go through to the jump. Wonky camera activates. Will we keep a hold of it? We are. So we're going to have to do this section blindfolded with wonky camera coming in. We're going to run, we're going to jump, we're going to go over, we're going to drop dash. Hopefully not get squished. Oh, and that's what happens with wonky camera. So unfortunately there, we ended up getting squished because the spikes were in position. And when an object is off screen, it does not exist. But when it comes on screen, that is it. It will be there and you're going to get a bad time. But it's all right. I have a backup. We can go into our secret passageway up here. Land on this area. Land in the orb 1. And then about turn and go up there. So there's a big ring up there. But to get up there, I wait for Tails to grab some rings for me. Grab this lightning shield. We jump over. This allows me to just get off the arc of lightning there and jump up and grab that shield, that one there. If I can just get a good launch. There we go. Grab it. Down we go. We're Supersonic again. Nothing to worry about. Remember, folks, if things go wrong in a marathon run, always know your backups and keep your composure on it. As we go through it, we go jump up. There you go. Up, up, up. And run our way through. So the boss fight is still going to be fairly easy to do. Nice jump there. Up the side. And in we go. Down, round, and through. Onto the boss fight here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And one more. And then the boss is going to go into phase number 2. where it controls the elevator and will decide if we're going to get low gravity or heavy gravity. And it gave us the low gravity there, which is fine. Don't really have to worry about it as Sonic, Tails, Ray, or Maya. The only character you have to worry about it for is Knuckles, because Knuckles skip leg day and cannot jump as high as the other characters. So when it's heavy gravity, Knuckles can only get one hit on the boss, which is a slight pain in the butt. But Titanium on 2 now, the area with 6 areas in it. It's got this hub world, it's got the boss room, and 4 individual sections that we're going to go and make our way through. Grabbing the original shield from Sonic 1 here. This doesn't have any special elemental properties, but it does allow us to keep our drop dash, which is always nice. So going down the bottom left right here, the bottom left right is going to allow us to grab a lightning shield in the secret exit. And a lightning shield plus supersonic equals very overpowered, and will allow us to get supersonic for the boss fight, or should I say keep supersonic for the boss fight. So we're going to hit that with a drop dash, jump up onto the wall there, running pretty much backwards there, all the way up, grabbing our rings. We're 3 rings missing, there they are, and supersonic now available. Going to wait for the transformation at the piston here. Deadliest enemy in the game, those pistons, because if they catch you on the wrong cycle, they can and they will crush you with impunity. We're going all the way through and onto the orbs here. Going to grab the orbs, make sure I don't get caught by them. Getting hit by 2 is all right. Going all the way in, there's our lightning shield. And now we're going to just race our way through the last 3 sections. This section has the pistons. Got to be very careful we do not get crushed by them. There's one there. There's the other one. So I just waited for that cycle because I wasn't risking it. Can be crushed in between them if you're in the middle of them as they pass each other, or if you are between a piston and a wall. You've already seen as well, the lightning shield has that bonus magnetic property again. You get caught by that arc and you will get sent to wherever the arc is going. You can jump out of it, but it's still a little bit of an annoyance because it will stop any horizontal momentum you have. So going all the way through now, going to the end of this one. The rings will follow me all the way through. As long as we have a high count of rings, we will be okay. Coming down, up to the top right is where we're going next. So top right is the next area. This one is a vertically based section. We got to go down to go up, and we should be able to get up in about 3 orbs worth of launches here. We're going to go in, bounce on our spring, jump up, 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 and in, and then over we go 1, 2, and 3. Up to the top section, jump up 1, up we go, jump up 2, and then in, and there we go. Nicely done, nicely handled. Our last room here starts off with a nice little bit of swag. We have the spring, and then we run on the ceiling. Woohoo! And then away we go. Going to bounce our way around. This one's just a nice simple section, so I'm going to explain the boss fight. Coming up soon, we're going to have the boss of the stage. He is invincible with a shield. As long as it is up, we cannot hit him. I'm invincible because I'm supersonic, and as long as I'm supersonic, he can't hit me. When the shield comes down, we get 4 hits on the boss to destroy one of the tentacles, destroy all 4 tentacles, and we win. However, when we hit the shield, it makes a really cool ding noise. So my question to you all in chat is, how many bonks on the boss are we going to get? Give me a number between 50 and 80. How many donks do you think Sonic and Tails are going to get on the boss? So I'm going to count these bonks when we come through. Number between 50 and 80. What's it going to be? How many of you said 69? All right, we're on 19 for phase 1 here. We're at 32 right now. Get our 4 hits on that. Nice. We're at 37 as we're going to go and visit the only hardboiled heavy of the run. So we're going to get Tails here. We're going to space this. We're going to spin out. We're going to jump. We're going to fly. So 37 as we leave here. 2 more to take out. We're at 51 right now. If you said 69, you were right. Oh, that was unintentional, by the way. All right, so now we are coming in to the super exclusive stage Only Sonic and Knuckles mode get to visit this stage if they have all the Chaos Emeralds. Heavy King here is stealing the Phantom Ruby, and Dr. Eggman is not happy about that, so the two of them are going to be fighting each other. But it's up to us with the power of the Chaos Emeralds to stop them both in this weird null space zone where the time is all wibbly wobbly. And thankfully, there are still rings in here. So we're going to bonk off the boss's orb, go into the little gap that we made, and then head down to the bottom. The idea is that we want to keep these bosses as low to the ground as we can. Eggman is a pushover. We don't have to worry about him. It is Heavy King that we have to worry about. We want to try and spin dash into his orbs and sneak through the gap and make an attack. We need 8 for both of these if we can. So far, we're all right. That's 3 hits for him. Again, Eggman, literally, we just dunk into his arm and then run right into him. It's fine. Let's see what we can do. We can fly with Supersonic here. We can also do a dash that will take 5 rings every time we use it and flash the screen white. But unfortunately, the quickest way of killing this boss is just to keep him down low. So we don't do any of that shenanigans. Instead, enjoy the banging tunes that we've got coming through. Wait to show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you, cause Fist Bump is here, so it's linked to Forces. Yup, Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces are linked together. This is the same Phantom Ruby that we have in Sonic Forces, and the classic Sonic that we play as in Sonic Forces is this one. And there we go, that is Heavy King gone. This is a really good reverie, and there goes Dr. Eggman, and that is time on the run. So Sonic Mania, Sonic and Tails, good ending there. Finished in a very nice 55-46 there. I hope you all enjoyed the run. And there we go, the portal opening up, sending the Phantom Ruby and classic Sonic off to Sonic Forces. While the Titanic Monarch here is blowing up. There's the star, that is Sonic. Off, away he goes with Tails and Knuckles escaping from the exploding Monarch, and Little Planet once again disappearing for like the 3rd time. But there we go. That's it. That's all from me. Once again, big thank you to the folks over at Retrothon here for allowing me to run not 1, but 2 runs at Retrothon 2021 here. Hopefully, we'll do more in the future. Again, if you've enjoyed any of the speedruns here, do come and watch me over at twitch.tv/argick. It's where we learn the speedruns. It's where we hone our commentary so we can do really cool marathons like this. But that's it for me. Bye.